What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. This is a Sunday sports edition. Me and my man Clayton. We're going to talk about the NBA playoffs, and then I got my producer in the background, Mikey. She's going to chime in. So, yeah, man, these I think this NBA playoffs is going to be pretty good. All right, so let's start with the West, right? So the Thunder are number one in the West, and they could possibly, depending on how everything pan out, the Thunder could either meet the Lakers, the Suns, the Kings, or the Warriors. Now, who do you think is going to be a better matchup for the Suns? I think because the Suns are so young, though, I think that a team like this can get upset by either the Lakers or the Warriors.
Because the Suns are young.
Yeah, they don't have that kind of experience.
Is Devin Booker?
I'm not. I mean the Thunder. I'm sorry, the Thunder.
And you telling me Oklahoma is number one in the West?
Yeah.
They're not tied.
No.
Where's Minnesota at in the West?
Minnesota number 2.
Wow, Oklahoma.
Yeah, Oklahoma. What's the boy named Gilchrist?
Yeah.
And what's the other? And Chet.
Chet.
Chet. Is his last name Holmgren? Yeah, I think, but yeah, they are number one. I don't know why I was saying the Suns, but the Suns, I think the Suns, they fighting to be the 8th seed. So if right now the Suns are the 8th seed, my fault. So if the Lakers and the Warriors can get into that 8th spot or over the Kings.
Well, they in the play-in, Lakers and Warriors. They matched up against each other, right?
Right. Yeah, okay. They're going to most likely be in the play-in.
Okay. So one of them coming in.
Yeah.
Right.
But so it's looking like it's probably going to be the Thunder and the Phoenix Suns.
Not the winner of the play-in.
I'm not sure. It depends on who win the play-in, which one of those go in.
So good, right. So whoever win the play-in, they the last seed, right?
Right, yeah.
And
they the ones
number
gonna play,
one, right?
They're gonna play the Thunder, yeah.
Yeah, and I think if it's the Warriors or the Lakers, they got that veteran
that experience.
Presence, they got the experience, they champions. And you're right, with the youth of Oklahoma. Now I haven't watched them play, but the youth of Oklahoma, and then the game changes in the playoffs. Even though the game has changed regular season and it's a lot more softer, the game does change in the playoffs. So I think either one of those teams will probably upset Oklahoma.
Yeah, because I'm thinking that they don't have enough playoff experience. And like you said, because the game changed, it'll slow down. I don't know how the Thunder, they're half court. They're half court, the way they run their half court. I don't know if they have like a low post game where as though they can match up with either the Lakers or the Warriors. So I think that is going to work against them. So the Thunder fans, they probably don't want to hear, but they probably are ripe for upset.
Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah.
But what did you think about that Laker Warrior matchup in the play-in? Like who you got in that?
And the Lakers and the Warriors? Wow. I would go with the Lakers over the Warriors only because I don't know, man. I think they want to see the Lakers win. And the Lakers are shooting so many free throws. Was I telling you about the free throws? They shooting 3 times the amount of free throws that everybody else are shooting. So it's looking like, they want the Lakers in there. And I don't see why. But I'm thinking that the Lakers probably will win that against the Warriors.
They're going to advance.
And lately, Steph Curry has been kind of like in a slump. Like he had been scoring like he was.
So but didn't they just play a few nights ago, like in recent, like the last 5 days or so? Didn't they just match up and the Warriors beat them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the Lakers did lose to the Warriors recently. The last time they played them.
Yeah.
But I think after that is when Steph Curry kind of went into his slump. Even that game against the Lakers, Steph Curry didn't have a good game. So, and I think the Warriors only going to go as far as Steph Curry is going to carry him.
But
so? Also, I like Klay Thompson coming off the bench. I think it's less pressure on him when he come off the bench like that, when he not start. So he come in there, he know what his job is, just to, he don't have to worry about the chemistry of the team. His job is to go in there and just to get points.
Just to get buckets.
And to maintain, like either get the lead or maintain the lead when he in there. That's his job.
I think the X factor for the Warriors is Wiggins.
Oh, Wiggins.
Yeah, it's what that third score does. Like to me, you're gonna get Steph gonna be Steph.
Yeah.
You know, Draymond gonna be Draymond. If he stay out of trouble, don't get ejected.
They ain't fired Draymond yet.
Now I ain't let him go yet.
Nah.
But that kid Wiggins is the
Yeah,
to
I like
me,
Wiggins.
that's gonna be
He's
the X factor with how far they go.
Yeah, he was big in the last championship that they won, though. Wiggins was, But well, what about the other young dude for he been coming on lately too, the other young dude for Golden State. What's his name? African kid. Jonathan Kuminga. Yeah. I think he been looking pretty good too.
I like Kuminga. I like his game.
I like Kuminga too. Kuminga is he athletic, you know.
Was Davis in the lineup that last matchup with the Warriors?
I think Davis. I ain't sure if Davis played or not.
Okay.
Yeah, but so yeah, that'll be the first round, the Thunder and whoever get that ace spot. Then you got the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
And they might play the Suns, the Phoenix Suns. Do you think the Timberwolves can beat the Phoenix Suns?
I mean, here again, I know Phoenix doesn't seem like they playing good ball this year. They seem like they're struggling. But whenever you got a team that's got a play on there with championship pedigree, Devin Booker can go off at any time. KD, then you got Bill.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I'm perplexed when it comes to that team, why they don't have a better record and why they're not playing better.
They always all hurt.
Yeah.
Injuries.
If they can stay healthy, they may be successful.
Right. Now,
but it took them a while to all three be on the court.
Be on the court together. Yeah. So
I don't think maybe throughout the playoffs, all three of them may not still be on the court together.
See, so how successful are they gonna be?
And who's the cat? Like not Anthony Edwards, but the cat, the big guy.
Carl Anthony.
Right, Towns. Like he's an excellent ball player, but it's something about his toughness or something. I don't know, it's something about him.
I'm thinking though. So yeah, I'm thinking like, all right, so if the Timberwolves play the Suns, I think the Suns, even with their two, like even if they only get Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, I think the Timberwolves can be upset by the
Suns.
Because Carl Anthony Towns, they're gonna need more than just Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards playing out of his mind, though he is for real. But I think they're gonna probably need more than just Anthony Edwards to get past the Suns. Or even the Lakers. The Lakers might even slip and get in there.
Is Monty Williams still coaching Phoenix?
I think he is. No. Is he? I think he is. Yeah.
No, Monty not in
Phoenix. He's not there anymore.
Who is it?
I don't think Monty there no more. So do you think Mike Conley is a factor in this? I'm looking to see who the coach is.
Okay.
But I'm talking about for the Timberwolves because you say they're gonna need more than Anthony Edwards. So is Mike Conley?
No, because Mike Conley is just all right. Mike Conley is a good guard as far as like helping your team run and get you into this.
It's a point guard.
Yeah, good point guard on the offensive end. But I think on the defensive end, like he's gonna be a liability. Like who he's gonna? I don't think he's gonna be able to bring.
Frank is Phoenix coach. Frank Vogel.
Frank Vogel.
Frank Vogel.
It's Phoenix's coach.
That's the ex-coach from the Lakers, right? That's the one
him.
that our boy LeBron got ran out of town. Yeah. Frank Vogel.
Yeah. He be trying to start controversy over
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm thinking that the Timberwolves.
Rudy goes. Well, I guess Rudy not a.
Rudy.
Somebody just put Rudy on a poster. Who dunked on Rudy?
The
kid, you know what he dunked? He did dunk on him, but he switched hands in midair.
Yeah.
He was going up with the right and then switched it with the left and dunked it on Rudy. They was just playing somebody. This was last week.
The Grizzlies? Somebody from the Grizzlies?
Yeah, that's exactly who it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, Rudy Gobert. That's what I'm talking about. He dunked on Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
Switched hands
in the air.
I forgot.
And then dunked on him. Yeah.
I saw that.
I forgot who it was. My bad. I was just trying to, see who the Timberwolves have, just to see, if Anthony Edwards has a little help outside of Cat.
Carl Anthony Town. Yeah, outside of Carl Anthony Town, I don't see, everybody else just basically role players. But like they don't have nobody else who gonna score, gonna carry some of that scoring load, like because they really gonna try to shut or slow. Now ain't gonna be shut the dude down. Anthony Edwards, but they're gonna try to slow him down, and then somebody else gonna have to pick up some more of that slack.
Well, I'm gonna say this: if Phoenix match up with Minnesota, I'm just seeing this right now in my mind. Minnesota is going to advance.
You think so?
Yeah, because right now the NBA is going to they shifted, and now I think it's time to put some eyes on Anthony Edwards, his abilities, this team. I could actually see them advancing past that first round, and I think because it's and getting past the Suns. Yep.
Yeah.
I could see that just for the star power. You got to create new stars in the league now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's time.
Him and what's his name? Shea Gilgeous. They definitely new stars, up and coming stars in the league.
But this is when you really cement your name. This is when you really get elevated into that stratosphere, playoff time. So you get the public aware, you get eyes on them. I wouldn't be surprised.
So all right, now what about like the Nuggets and the Pelicans? The Pelicans fighters kept been looking pretty good.
That's unfortunate though.
Yeah.
You know what? When Zion and the Pelicans look pretty good between him and McCullough.
CJ McCullough,
yeah. That's a. I like to see Zion in his element. I like to see him in his element.
Denver though.
No.
Jamal Murray.
Why you put words in my mouth? I didn't say that. I like to see that man in his element.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking to this man, game. You didn't jump and put words in so you think they can get past. I didn't say all of that. Back up now, player.
All right.
Back up, player.
Nah, I can't see him.
But you know what I can't see with that matchup?
What?
First round still 5 was best out of 7, all of them.
Best out of 7, all of them.
I can see them going six games.
I can see them wearing them down. I can see
a few games. I can see it being a series.
Yeah, I can see them wearing them down. I can see. Yeah, I can see them. I don't see it being no sweep. Yeah, I can see them wearing them down, and it coming down to a game 6, game 7 situation, and then they tie it.
Yeah.
I can see that happening.
I definitely see a good series, but no, they won't be down.
Jamal Murray, I like Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray is beast. Him and the Joker make a good combination.
They fun
to
So
that dude.
He's so nonchalant when he play.
I think love watching him play. I love watching him play.
He just do something crazy, and the whole world we go crazy. He just like,
And Jamal Murray, I love watching
that
kid play.
Yeah, so they're gonna be a tough out.
He underrated. He is underrated. I feel like he should be the face of a lot of things NBA right now.
Yeah, he is very underrated.
I feel like he underrated. They don't give him the credit he deserves.
He is underrated.
All right, so what about the matchup, the Clippers number 4 and the Mavericks number 5? And you got the Mavericks. Kyrie just been killing me. They've been looking good. I think, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I think the Mavericks gonna be able to get past the Clippers.
You going out on a limb and saying that?
Yeah, really.
I don't think that's a limb play.
That's an upset.
5-4. That's a close matchup.
Yeah.
I said it earlier, a couple weeks ago, but the Clippers look like old men. No offense, guys, but
right.
Clippers, they look sluggish. They look like
no offense, guys. What you trying to say?
They look like they trying to keep hope alive. So, not to say that Kyrie isn't almost an old man in basketball years, but Kyrie got a lot more gas in the tank.
And he playing like he seems like he got more enthusiasm. He got more.
You know what I would have liked to see?
What?
Him and LeBron play together longer.
You would have liked to see that?
Yeah, man. I feel like that could have been a dangerous duo. That could have got them a lot more than just one ring. I mean, they got one ring together, but I feel like their growth, like them growing together, would have been fun to watch.
I'm biased.
I know. I can see it. I can see the look in your eyes. I was waiting.
I ain't want LeBron to get too many titles. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm biased. I don't want, because it's bad enough they're already trying to push him past MJ.
Yeah.
Then the titles they really had. You don't want to.
Yeah.
But y'all pulling at my heartstrings with this clip of Dallas Maverick matchup.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you the truth. I love me some Kawhi. I know he ain't been playing much or whatever.
Yeah.
I love him.
I like Kawhi.
And I love Kyrie Irving. And with this series, It could go either way. I can't even root for anybody.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sit back
You
and
gonna watch some
enjoy.
good basketball.
Yeah, I can't. That's pulling at my heart for real.
I think Dallas gonna win that just because of the fact that I don't think that Kawhi number is going to somebody is not gonna be able
He's
to
not
play
gonna be
that
able to
whole
play.
series.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're gonna need a night off, or somebody might
Yeah.
get hurt or sprain something.
Well, I'm gonna say this though. Westbrook been on a tear too.
Yeah.
Listen.
And let me listen. Healthy,
Mm-hmm.
they don't have an
Westbrook's
Dallas
never
don't have an
been-
answer defensively.
Yeah, I
Right,
guess.
right.
They really don't. I love Kyrie and Luke, but defensively,
The Clippers
It's a
are
Dallas.
deep between Westbrook,
yes.
Harden,
And I thought about that
Kawhi.
on the defensive side, but like the NBA is not really
a defensive.
it's not
Playoff,
defensive. Like if it was about defense, like back in the day, then I would take the Clippers.
playoffs though. You
Yeah.
need some stops. You need playoffs.
Yeah, but and Dallas don't play defense.
None.
They refuse.
They refuse. They
They
boycotting
refuse, yeah.
defense.
They definitely refuse to play defense. But in this, like I said, in this NBA era right here, defense really is not a
Let's say Kawhi in the lineup. Who keeping him off the boards? Like who's controlling Kawhi if he's playing?
well, if you
No
got
answer.
Kawhi, Westbrook, I mean, if
If
everybody
they all
healthy,
playing, yeah.
that's gonna be
If they all healthy and playing,
Yeah,
like
right.
you know, like yeah, no, I don't know. That could I'm
But
with
I-
you, Clay, and that could be a good series.
But
That
I
could be-
remember a few years back, Luka Doncic gave the Clippers,
Mhm.
he gave them the blues in the
Yeah,
play.
were they healthy?
Yes, they was playing. He gave them the blues.
yeah.
I think Doc Rivers was still coaching the Clippers, and Kawhi and
Was that
Paul
what
had just got
Chris
there.
Paul was there? Oh,
No.
Not Chris
Kawhi and Paul George.
they was there.
Yeah, and Doc wasn't Doc the first coach there
Yeah, he was in
before
LA.
Ty Lue came in.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he was there.
Luka gave them the blues.
Yeah.
And I think they got past them, but they took them to the limit or
Yeah.
something. So I don't know.
This might be Dallas's year though, because if the Clippers, if the Nuggets don't go, I think the Mavericks might come out that West. If the Nuggets can't get past, or I think
You gotta
Yeah.
give me more than a 2-man offensive show and no defense. You gotta give me more than that.
Yeah.
You gotta give me more than that.
yeah. But
I
only
love
reason why I'm
Kyrie.
saying that though is because ain't no defense. The Joker don't play defense. Only team that really play defense. All right, you
Oh,
got.
so you saying there's no defense in the West, period.
Yeah,
So
it-
it's not even hard. I give it to you.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
all right,
like if-
cool.
All right, so the Clippers, they old. They do play defense, but they old. Then you got the Nuggets. The Nuggets wasn't known for defense, and they won the championship last year. Timberwolves a young team, but they don't play defense. The Thunder, them dudes, you got two athletic dudes. You got Chet Holmgren, and then you got Shea Alexander. They not defensive ball players either. You ain't really no defense.
But
in
I
there.
thought Denver played some solid D in the
They
playoffs.
was
And more-
just solid, but they not traditionally like
but-
what we used to see.
but more important, they control the boards.
yeah,
You understand what I mean? Like that's huge too.
yeah.
And remember that last shot they forced LeBron into, and that garbage attempt wound up winning the
Yeah.
game. To me, they played some solid D. Now I ain't gonna say Denver don't play D.
And who else Denver
You
got?
say
Mike Porter Jr.
Yeah.
And they got the other dude that's real.
Gordon.
Eric Gordon, he really athletic.
Hey,
Yeah. So
they
yeah.
long too, take up space. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody coming out of the West beating Denver.
But Denver.
Hey,
Yeah.
yeah. If anybody come out the West outside
Besides
of Denver, it's gonna be some bullshit, and it's gonna be the Lakers.
Nah.
Lakers.
Yeah.
On some, I'm saying
Oh,
on some bullshit.
Yeah.
Cinderella story.
On some bullshit.
Yeah. All right. Let's go over to the East
Mhm.
then. So you got the Celtics. They got that number one spot over there in the East. And they could be possibly playing the 76ers, the Heat, the Bulls, or the Hawks. I don't think none of those teams really
Contenders.
is a threat to
Not to
especially
the
Joel Embiid just went down again. I don't think they really know, the Heat. The Heat probably gonna play them tough, but that's about it.
Heat. Every time I sleep on the Heat, they show me something different.
Yeah.
Especially playoff time comes, especially when you're talking about Jimmy Buckets. This time of year, Jimmy
Yeah.
Buckets.
Playoff Jimmy.
Not even just the buckets. He be all over. He do everything.
Yeah.
So I never can understand how they make it, but somehow they make it. So I'm not sleeping on them.
on
I'm
Miami.
not sleeping on Miami at all.
Yeah,
No.
I don't think none of those teams gonna beat them. Then you got number 2, you got Milwaukee Bucks, and they could possibly be going up against the 76ers and the Heat. Now, the Bucks last year they did lose to the Heat.
Yeah.
And this year
they got Dame Lillard now.
Then, is Giannis hurt?
Giannis?
He can't. I think they saying they resting him. He ready.
Oh, he ready.
okay.
That's what they saying. But I saw him that whole calf thing.
Yeah.
But he did this. I think that happened to him last year or something, didn't it?
Oh no, I don't know if he got hurt last year.
One of them years he hurt his calf before
Yeah.
and came right back.
Okay, so this is like residue from that, like just some.
You gotta be careful because I remember when KD did that,
the
calf,
that
and he wound up
Achilles,
tearing that whole thing. But they saying he ready to go. So
all right. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, if you got Giannis, I don't think neither one of these teams, the Heat or the 76ers, is going to be able to get past the Bucks. Then the Knicks and the Pacers. Now, this is going to be a good.
That's going to be a good one.
What's that dude for the Pacers name? What's his name? I forgot. He got a funny name.
He had the one who had that crazy good All-Star weekend. You talking about that guy?
Yeah. But so the Knicks now is Julius Randle back for the Knicks?
I think he is.
He is.
I think I can't be too sure.
And you got the Pacers. The Pacers could possibly upset the Knicks. I just like those small guards, man. I'm just not a big fan of the small guards.
What's that dude on the Knicks?
Tyrese Halliburton.
Brunson?
I mean Halliburton.
Brunson. Yeah.
Tyrese Halliburton. Yeah, for the Pacers.
Yeah, and then all right, Brunson. If he don't have no help, Brunson gonna be limited. If he don't have no help,
they're gonna burn Brunson out. If Brunson the only thing over there, they definitely gonna burn him out.
He got a pretty good. What you got? What's the other dude named Hart that plays with him?
Josh Hart.
Yeah, Josh Hart, Julius Randle, and what's the
Mitchell
dude that
Robinson?
No, the dude that came from Villanova, the white guy, Italian kid.
Dante.
Yeah, Vincenzi or something like that. Yeah. He pretty good. They got a solid squad over there in New York, but it just seemed like the Pacers just match up with them pretty good though.
And that's gonna be a first round matchup.
Yeah, the Pacers.
I think that's one I want. I feel like that's gonna be a good matchup. That's gonna be a fighting series.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of both like in the same position.
Yeah.
Kind of both in the same position.
Right.
Up and coming.
One of them old forgotten teams that's fighting to get there,
Yeah. But the Knicks have been consistent throughout the season too, though. You know what I mean? Even with like injuries and people go down and people haven't been playing, the Knicks still haven't missed a beat. And the Knicks gonna be tough on defense because they got that coach, Tom Thibodeau. So he always, they gonna offense gonna take care of itself, and then he gonna make them play tough defense.
I think the Knicks come out of that series.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be a tough series, but I think the Knicks come out of there too. Mm-hmm. And then the Cavaliers and the Magic. What y'all think about that one?
I thought the Cavs was looking good, right? Ain't they like number one in it?
No, Cavaliers, they number 4, Magic number 5. I think
I'm gonna take the Cavs.
Yeah, I like the Cavs in that.
Donovan Mitchell still there, right?
Take the Cavs. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell there. They got Garland. They got some. The Cavs got some.
Yeah, they got some nice solid pieces.
Yep, they sure do.
We'll go with that.
So yeah, I'll go with the Cavs.
Who's in Orlando?
Exactly.
Is Fultz still down there? Markelle Fultz?
Yeah, but he ain't no.
He ain't no.
I don't even know if he's starting.
I was ready to say, did he even play?
Yeah. Markelle Fultz, though, he had a better career than Ben Simmons, don't you think?
You gonna get something started,
man.
Yo,
where's Ben Simmons? Where's Ben Simmons?
I don't know, yo. This dude is just out there spending them NBA checks.
This man is out here driving for Uber. Somebody, if anybody know, put it in the comments. Seriously, where is Ben Simmons?
I don't know, but
he's still in Brooklyn though.
Is he in Brooklyn?
Move on from
I don't think so. I don't think he. I mean, I don't think they moved on.
They weren't able to move on.
Yeah, but look, why somebody said that Doc Rivers is stealing money in Milwaukee. Who was that? What's the dude from All the Smoke? Not Jackson, not Steven. Matt Barnes. They said Matt Barnes said that Doc Rivers is stealing money because how the team is doing. It's like, man, Matt.
Wow.
There's always something surrounding Doc Rivers, man. They
Wow.
give Doc the blues, man. Just let that man be a great coach.
He's stealing money.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what is Ty Lue doing?
Yeah,
With
well,
the
that's
Clippers,
what they said.
with
It's a
all
lot
that
of-
talent.
it's a
I
lot
mean,
of
so what? And you know what I
coaches
mean? Like that's just.
that
I'm
he
not.
got.
I'm not a big fan of Doc, but I'm just saying I used to be when he was
Yeah.
ball. But it's like, come on, man. That's
I was a big fan of Doc Rivers when he played for the Atlanta Hawks.
Atlanta Hawks.
So
He
they
was
played for the
scrappy.
Hawks
He
back
was
in the day.
solid.
Him and Dominique Wilkins.
Yeah.
Is his son still in the league? Austin
No,
still in the
his
league?
son not in the league. His son doing
Anymore.
commentating
Yeah.
for ESPN.
Oh, okay.
But what else I wanted to get into?
And you talk about piling on. That's a pile on. But Matt Barnes
Yeah,
just did.
yeah.
But yeah, he's stealing money.
Did y'all hear about LeBron? Like the Lakers players tried to get Darvin Ham fired. Did you hear about that, Mike?
I did not hear about that. What's going on?
Well,
Why are they trying to
Yeah,
get this
somebody
guy?
wrote an article that said that the Lakers players was trying to get Donovan Ham fired. Now, that just, every time something come up with LeBron, man, it's just another strike against his legacy.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all know I love LeBron. Love.
Yeah,
love.
but before
LeBron.
you go in,
LeBron.
before you go in and say it's a strike against LeBron's legacy, the article said the players tried to get him.
But
So
who is the leader of all those players? Like, all right.
So, now I know in the
Anthony
past,
Davis not going, Reeves not going to step up without LeBron. Roy Hachimura, he not going to step up without LeBron.
This is my theory.
What? Go ahead.
So y'all see all this stuff going on that Bronny has entered the draft, entered the portal, and I don't know, declared his eligibility on the moon. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the Lakers are allegedly thinking about getting him.
they're gonna get him.
The coach might not be with that. He
Right.
probably like, man, get that out of here. And the players are probably on. No,
LeBron's
we want
side.
LeBron. They probably on
Yeah.
LeBron's side. So it's probably that's just my theory.
That's a theory.
That's
That's an
just my
interest.
theory.
That's a
Personal
very
theory.
interesting theory.
First theory.
I'm thinking, all right, so
That's
all
an
right, with
interesting
the
theory.
Bronny thing, before we get back to getting rid of Donovan Ham,
Sorry.
Bronny, right? They said that Philadelphia might be looking at drafting Bronny.
Why
to
is
bring
anybody looking at drafting
Well, just because-
somebody that averaged 4 points?
because they want his father. They want his father.
No, it's
Now, if it
getting
was up to
political,
me-
and that's what's making me mad. Like
I'm
it's
a-
not even sports no more. At this point, it's politics.
Yeah, if I'm a Lakers fan, I don't want Bronny or LeBron. It's time to move on. I'm like, yo, man, we in 8th place with you. And they mortgaged their whole future, you know what I mean, for LeBron. And now he wants you to bring his son in, you know what I mean, and bring his wife on the staff.
Does
and
he
bring
have
his
leverage?
nephew and all this other crazy
Does
stuff.
he still have leverage?
No, he don't have no leverage because he only got 2 more years of playing in the league.
Let me tell you what leverage look like. I'm gonna tell you what leverage look like. The other day, they at the end of the game, Ham on the bench drawing up a play.
Yeah.
LeBron looking this way, LeBron walking away, ignoring him. That's leverage. When you ain't even got to adhere to the coach,
Well,
you got control over that franchise.
that's another thing
Yeah.
that make him look bad. That's another thing that, like, all right,
To who though?
To who?
Who
I
does
mean,
it
that's
make
the
him look
question.
bad to?
To
Because
who?
it's in
Because-
a sense, it's he the princess.
well, I mean, but like you never seen, all right, when we talked about, you never seen Allen Iverson do that.
But ain't
And
no,
his Allen Iverson coach, Larry Brown, used to give Allen Iverson
The
help.
Blues.
He never talked about, like, you never heard him talk about, let's run Larry Brown out of town. Let's or get me some players. You know, he played with what the team provided and what he gave his best, and they still drug him through the mud.
But, and I'm not a LeBron apologist at all. But Kobe got the coach up out of there. What was it, Del Harris or D'Antoni? One of them
He
guys.
got one of the coaches out of there. That's
He
true.
told him, bring me players. He threatened to, I want to be traded. Kobe flexed on that team, used his muscle to get
All
what he
right.
wanted to.
Leverage.
You get one of those. Mike did it with Chicago.
No, Mike didn't.
Mike ain't get Doug Collins out there.
No,
That wasn't Mike.
they had a good relationship.
Oh,
We
that
should
they
call
was
him
buddies.
No, he
Saint
didn't get him
Michael
out of there.
Jordan.
Huh?
saint,
But
Michael. He
that's what
does
I'm
no
saying.
No, he ain't no
wrong.
saint. By no
Thank
means,
you.
he ain't no
He
saint.
does no
I'm
wrong.
just speaking on what he did professionally on that team. He
I
didn't
thought
do
Mike
that.
had got Doug Collins
No,
out
he
there.
didn't get.
Mike
he
was
didn't
a
get that.
basketball angel.
Mike,
He ain't.
but Mike understood something that LeBron didn't understand.
What's that?
Mike understood that he realized that he had to buy into something bigger than himself.
Yeah.
Though he understood that he had to trust his teammates.
Mhm.
LeBron, everybody surrounding LeBron is not a teammate; they scapegoats.
I feel like
Yeah.
So if things,
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
if things don't go right, whether if he see if it's not perfect with the organization, if it's not perfect with the coaches, and if it's not perfect with his players, and he not winning, he gonna use one of those three as a scapegoat.
Always.
You never seen that from Magic. You never seen that from Bird. Kobe, you really never seen that from Kobe. Kobe took, if they was losing, Kobe was like, get me some, get me some help. They got him some help, and what he do, he won.
Mhm.
But LeBron, all this stuff that he do, the more, the longer he played, the more the chinks in his armor just become apparent.
Now I will say, LeBron don't have to. He never had to buy into something bigger than him.
He was the something bigger.
He was that, right? So they shaped things around him. So he won titles without doing it the old school way in terms of I'm buying in, I'm this, that. Don't get me wrong, them two down in Miami, he went to a culture that had that.
That's what I'm saying. If you ask me, he only got one legitimate title.
Okay, but when he came back to Cleveland, he changed the coaches wherever he wanted. I think he got rid of somebody, Mike Brown. What's his name?
No, yeah, he ran Mike Brown out of there.
For Ty Lue, they won the title and everything. Then he went to LA.
Mm-hmm.
Ran that coach out.
So, and he's got a title. He never had to buy into something bigger than himself to get a chip.
That's why he don't have
only
as many
one,
chips
only
as
one
Kobe
time.
or Mike, because he did things different.
But it's not affecting his brand.
Well, yeah,
it's not affecting his legacy. They still putting this dude on the Mount Rushmore. They still saying he either the greatest or number two to Mike. So is it really affecting him?
I don't even think he close to Mike or Kobe or Magic or Bird. Or
Really?
No, he not.
And
because everything that he did. All right, the two titles that LeBron have in Miami, that was because they had an established culture there. You got Pat Riley, who won. You got Dwayne Wade, who won. And then so they brought him into that culture and they showed him how to win. All right, so you get two right there. Then he goes to Cleveland. That was his team. You know what I mean? He helped to structure that team and build that team, and him and Kyrie won that, right?
I think he jumped on something on the rise, but that's just my opinion. But go ahead.
Well, even better. You know what I mean? All right, so I give him that one in Cleveland. They won it in Cleveland. And then the one he got in LA, that's like the bubble. You know, people wasn't even interested in playing this. So to me, I think if his career, he would have looked a whole lot better if he'd have stayed his whole career in Cleveland. Like, because everything outside of Cleveland don't really count, if you ask me. Not in his favor. It counts for like Pat Riley and Dwayne Wade. Nobody questioned Pat Riley. Nobody questions Dwayne Wade as far as like what they brought to those two championships down in Miami.
But very few players, very few ex-players, very few coaches, very few media pundits, very few people are letting all those things you just said put a stain on his legacy. They still are propping this dude up as one of the best that ever did it.
Wait till he leave. Wait till in 2 years. Wait till LeBron leave the league, and then he gonna get that wake up call.
So are y'all measuring by rings? I'm just really trying to see what we're measuring
at the overall picture.
At the overall picture, you don't think he's close with Jordan, Kobe,
Bird,
none of that. Bird, Magic, none of that.
No, he's
in the overall picture.
Right,
no, in the overall picture, he shouldn't even be mentioned in the conversation.
He's
like
one of
I
think he's one of he is the best in his generation. Like, all right, after Kobe left, in between Kobe and what you got now, I think like he is the best. And then now, so he get ready to hand the torch over to either the Edwards dude or either the Shea Gilchrist dude, even the big dude down in San Antonio. What's his Wemby? He can ready hand that torch off. So he had his block of time when he was the greatest in the league, but the greatest to be, I don't think so.
To answer your question, I think he's definitely in the conversation. You put him in the conversation, and then the conversation will spark the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation is, I would compare him more to Magic, but here's where Magic separates. Magic can play all 5 positions without a shadow of a doubt. I ain't got LeBron playing center. We watched Magic as a rookie play center, dominate a game, go over 40, grab rebounds, win a championship. His IQ is comparable, but even Magic, I think Magic IQ was a little greater than LeBron, and Magic doesn't get the credit for that. Like the way he saw the floor, the way he ran that team, he's comparable in that. He's comparable. He's not comparable to Mike and Kobe because of his style of play. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's not. He's got a lot of points because of longevity, but he's not just a pure assassin in terms of scoring. Now, overall ability to play the game, I think he's one of the best to ever play overall. But it's just he's in the conversation.
How you compare LeBron to Larry Bird?
I think he's in the conversation.
I mean, like, all right, so if you rate that game, so like, all right.
It's things he can do that Bird can't.
Right. I can agree with that. But Bird, all right, so if you talk about like, all right.
And I think Bird was a liability on defense to some degree.
Yeah.
But LeBron has a little bit more of a defensive presence. Even though he could be a liability on defense, he also can block shot. He can do some things defensively because of his athleticism and his physical prowess. You know, so he can do things Bird couldn't.
But Bird can do some things that he couldn't.
Yeah, he couldn't. He can't shoot like
He can't shoot like Bird,
Not
number one.
No.
Then number two, Bird made players around him better. To me, Bird made his teammates, although Bird had some ballers with him, Bird still made people better. He was a better team player. You never heard about like Larry Bird doing stuff like using people as scapegoats and all this stuff.
That's not his game. That's his personality, right? So let's.
All right.
You know what I mean? If we want to compare the game,
but that goes into winning because that goes into leadership. All right, because Bird, all these people that we named, they bought into like that team culture, and it's not with LeBron. It's a LeBron culture. It's not like play the Miami. Only reason why they won in Miami because they played the Miami Heat way.
How many rings did Bird win?
He won 3.
LeBron got how many?
LeBron got 4.
All right.
Well,
and he got 4 not buying into the team concept.
Well,
Bird
he got
3.
4. He got 4 because now if LeBron had went and played with Magic, then Bird probably would have. You know what I mean?
Well, but Bird did play with some Hall of Famers.
He did play. He did his thing in Boston.
They had 5 great motherfuckers on the floor at once.
I think if LeBron,
every position could score.
If LeBron had stayed in Cleveland and they'd have won like 3 rings, then you know what I mean. And then you could see like, all right, him build his own thing and him do his and make his teammates better on his team. Then that would have been a better look for him.
If LeBron would have stayed in Cleveland, LeBron would not be LeBron.
He won a ring.
If LeBron would have stayed in Cleveland, he wouldn't have been LeBron. So okay, LeBron, he brought 1 ring back to Cleveland.
Yeah.
You gotta think about his career though. Like if he would have stayed in Cleveland, he would have got lost in the mix. I don't feel like he would have been in the NBA.
When LeBron he took them to the championship.
This kid.
Who they lose in the championship before he went to Cleveland?
Was it San Antonio?
I think it was the Spurs.
I'm gonna say this. That year, that's when because I was knocking him at first. Then when he took that team to the finals, got past Detroit now.
Yeah.
Before the Kyrie, I'm talking about that team. Yeah. When he got past Detroit, that's when I was saying, oh yeah.
He on his way.
He on his way. He wasn't gonna never get lost in the mix of that league. Not at all. Never.
I feel like him staying in Cleveland, I don't think so.
LeBron physically had all the tools to not only to he had the physical tools to dominate.
I don't even think.
I think it was a mental thing with him. He just didn't want to put that work in.
I don't even think he left Cleveland about titles. I think it was about being in certain markets, building his brand, going to Miami. That was huge at the time.
I think he should have stayed.
And then the title going along with it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think if he had stayed in Cleveland and won 2 or 3 rings, then I would probably be looking at him a lot different.
Because then Cleveland starts bringing in pieces for him,
and you get to
win like they did Mike.
He would have had to settle down with one coach. He couldn't have had like a whole bunch of coaches like he got. That just shows instability.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. When you have all those different coaches, the coaches get him out of here. He can't coach.
Instability, but he won.
Yeah, but you could
even that's my thing with that. He won doing it like that.
He's been
really,
LeBron
if you think about it, he didn't win doing it like that.
He can't be mentioned in that conversation. Like he's been
he's in
a dominant player from the moment. Every time he's been on the court, like
he's in the conversation.
We talking longevity. We talking over a time period. 2 decades, right? And regardless of injury or him sitting to rest himself, like he's lasted this long, breaking records. Okay, he got 4 rings. Like I feel like his career, like
he's in the conversation.
You can't say that if Mike could have played 20 years, would Mike have been able to be Mike for 20 years?
Well, see, this how I look at Mike's career.
You think so?
Yeah. And you don't need to see Mike for 20 years.
But that's what I'm saying.
But
the difference in the game.
But this is the thing. If Mike wouldn't have did the layoff, he'd have stayed active. First of all, he came back, had to get his legs back. And when they talk about his 39 year when he was 39 playing with the Wizards, what gets understated about that, he was playing with a torn meniscus in his knee or ACL issue. So he played that whole year with a bad knee at 39, coming off of retirement. That's a whole different animal. Now, playing straight through, the way he dedicated himself in the gym, the way he worked out, the way he worked on his game, Mike wouldn't have lost no steps. And he reinvented himself. It's only 2 players that came up with moves that could dominate and was unstoppable, him and Kareem. So he went from one point going through the lane, physical, flying, dominating that way. Then he came back in the footwork, the turnaround, the fundamentals, the angles, the acclimate. Mike would have still been doing what Mike did. Ain't no question about it.
So Mike got sick. I think Mike,
no question about it. In my opinion,
Houston would have split with him. I don't know if Houston would have split with him. I don't think so. Houston did have a good regular season record against, but Mike was a whole different animal in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I just think that I'd rather play at my highest for 13 years than to play for 20 years and then,
How long do you want to do what you love doing?
For me?
Yeah.
For as long as I can be effective.
There we go.
That's a great
question. I mean, for as long as I can be effective.
That's a great
effective. There you go. So the goal is to do what you want to do for as long as you can do it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I mean, not just effective, but I just want to maximize my ability, though. And that's what I'm saying. That's the difference between Michael Jordan and a lot of people, because that commitment that you take, like, it's not just the physical commitment in basketball or any sport. It's the mental work that you got to go into.
Yeah.
It's the team. You got to have the team concept. That's what I'm saying. If LeBron had to stay in Cleveland, he would have been paired up with one coach for the bulk of that time. Everybody, Magic got rid of a coach. Kobe got rid of a coach. They changed coaches one time with Mike. But for the bulk of their career, the bulk of Kobe's career, he had Phil Jackson. For the bulk of Mike's career, he had Phil Jackson. For the bulk of Larry Bird, he had, what was the black coach that was in Boston? When
KC Jones.
KC. And so now once you get established, you establish yourself as it's a culture that gets established. And now, so that culture is taken care. I'm gonna tell you another team that's messing their culture up. The Milwaukee Bucks. This is their 3rd coach after they won a championship. You know what I mean? Like, so they messing with their culture, and they all this different. It's just instability, and you can't win and establish a culture like that if you got instability. So Giannis is like, he should have stuck with one coach He really should have stuck with the one that he won that championship with. And then every year they should be like, all right, what pieces do we need to bring in to surround me so I can get, because Giannis is a beast. He's gonna play hard, every game. And that's what they did in Philadelphia. Even though Philadelphia, Allen Iverson didn't win no championships, it was always about Allen Iverson and Larry Brown. A lot of those other guys, Eric Snow, and then you had Mutombo, you had Lynch. Those dudes, they was there for a good amount of time, but they wasn't there the whole time that Allen Iverson played there.
So your coach stay and your star player stay.
Yeah, because you create a culture. Who is like, all right, when you look at the New England Patriots, like you see Tom Brady and you see who was the coach, Bill Belichick. Everybody else is mixed, and you put them
Tom
in there.
Brady left, and when Tom Brady left, he got another ring.
Yeah.
So it wasn't Bill.
No, it
We're
wasn't
talking
Bill.
about the player.
Yeah, it
We're
wasn't.
not talking
Bill.
about coaches. So
No.
I don't think it mattered the coach. We talking about players. I don't think you got to team
but it's the
up with
culture,
no
though.
coach.
That's what I'm saying. It's the culture.
Then that is the program's responsibility to build a
What
culture.
program? What you mean?
The
The
team.
team organization.
That's the team's responsibility to build the
that
culture. You do that.
Yeah, not the
That's
player.
cool. I'm not staying here to help you build the culture because
Yeah.
it's my talent. I'm who bringing the people in.
Some
If I'm
players.
bringing the people, you get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you. That's just like if you working a job. You working a job. If you don't like your supervisor, I don't care how much you're making. What you
Yeah,
gonna
but I
bite
mean,
the bullet and be miserable, or you gonna find another job with a different supervisor?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like
It depends.
if I'm the
We're
talent,
talking about like people who are franchise players, though.
but that's the
But
thing. That's
the
the old
organization
thing.
is
That's
deciding.
the old thing.
But the organization is deciding to build that franchise around particular players.
And see, all right,
so
so
the
you
organization is
speaking,
responsible.
you're
for
making my
creating
point
culture.
though, because Pat Riley is that. Like when you went to, if you go play for Pat Riley or you side Majiri up in Toronto, like it's a certain, they have cultures that you have to
You're
buy
talking
into.
about a coach though.
Coaches and general managers. Once you get
LeBron not a
get
coach
those
or a
two
general manager
people,
though.
you get
that's
that's what I'm saying.
responsibility. As a player, the culture should be set when I'm coming in.
Right,
So
exactly.
if it's not, why do I got to
So-
stay and suffer?
Even
ask
with
you
Michael
this.
Jordan, like those two, when you think about Jerry Reinsdorf and you think about Jerry, whatever the two Jerrys who ran that and owned that team, they didn't really let Mike really make too many decisions outside of what, you know what I mean? And you see like today, like Mike would be running a team.
So
He'd be trading and bringing his nephews and all kinds of people in there.
So that's the point. So that's the point. Going back, do you give Michael Jordan the credit for buying in to what's there, or do you give Phil Jackson, the organization, the credit for getting somebody that was so headstrong like Mike to buy in? Because remember, Mike resisted that triangle shit that Phil wanted to do.
Right.
Phil had to impose. He had to psychologically convince Mike, this is what's best for you and the team. So you can't, and I'm not a LeBron apologist at all. Like I'm not I'm pro Mike, but LeBron is not responsible. That team has to do something.
Right, yeah, I think a team
in terms of getting him to.
But
buy
and then,
in.
so you have some teams though that's not really they not really like they don't care if the team win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like for a long time, the Clippers was like they all about selling tickets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They'll get in the you got a lot of teams around the league. They manage like that. They just manage in order to sell tickets.
And a lot of the way we see the game, right, is set in an old school way. Like whether we like it or not, it's a different game. It's a different era.
Right.
So as much as you say, well, LeBron is instability when all the coaches and he ain't buying it, but none of this has stopped him from becoming a champion.
Yeah.
So obviously you can do it that way too because he did it.
It's more than one way that
It's
they can
more
get
than
done.
one way,
It's
but
different.
yeah.
You know, it's
He did
different.
it.
And
But he is
you
not
don't agree
successful.
with it because
And
you
Giannis did
used
it.
to franchise players. You used
Yeah.
to people
Yeah.
staying with one team and making it work that way. Then you bring the pieces to me. Whereas though LeBron kind of started this era
Gone.
of people just finding the right fit for them instead of going somewhere and making. You get what I'm saying? Like
I'm taking my time.
I think about it now. That's all they do. Look at KD.
That's a great
You
point.
get what I'm saying? Like, so now look at the game. Like, it's just a different way of doing things. And I personally don't think it's a bad way. Like if it
It's
benefits
just a
you,
way.
because at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, it's a team sport, so you move it to a team, like we know that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it still comes down to some type of individuality. Because
Look
without
at-
me working on myself or my game, then I'm not bringing anything to the team. So I still got to think about myself financially too, or the best move. Talent wise, do I fit here? Do I fit here under this management? Like it's other things that tie into it. I don't feel like, oh, I gotta be a franchise player. I started here, I gotta finish here, I gotta bring rings here. I think that mentality, that's old
Like,
now.
all right,
I gotta
who-
do what's for me.
Who career would you rather have, the Steph Curry, or would you rather have Kevin Durant?
I'll take either one of them.
Nah, I
To
rather
be honest with you,
Kevin
I
Du-
take either
Steph
one
Curry.
of them.
And if you look at Steph Curry, he been there. The bulk of his career has been with Steve Kerr, right? And then on top of that, if you look at Steph Curry, his demeanor, as far as like his teammates and stuff
Who
like
was there
that.
first?
Mark Jackson was there first.
No,
Oh, Mark Jackson.
Mark
I'm
Jackson.
saying out of with Steph.
No,
Who
yeah,
was
Steph
there?
was there first before
That's
KD.
what I meant. Who?
yeah.
No, I meant who was there out of Curry and Steph Curry and Mark Kerr, out of the coach and the player. I was trying to say who was there first.
Mark Jackson.
Steph was there first.
Steph
Steph
was
there
playing
first
for them
before
before
Steve
Kerr was coaching for them.
Yeah.
That was
Mark
my question.
Right.
Jackson drafted Steph Curry,
Yeah.
but he still, when they brought in that coach, he just went with the program. He went with the program, and that made them successful. They have won 4 championships playing like that.
But that's he's
And this is in the modern basketball era where y'all
Yes.
say things are different. But Steph Curry is a team player. He don't throw his teammates under the bus like that. You don't see the kind of stability surrounding him. Other players have said they do not want to play with LeBron James because it's just it's too much instability and it's just a shit show.
And I agree. I believe the organization in Denver, they're doing that very similar. A nucleus, they stand together, solid play. I get it.
Yeah.
That still wins a title. The only thing we're saying is that's not the only way because
it's not.
LeBron did it different.
Yeah, it's different from everybody. It's different from Magic. It's different from Bird. It's different from Mike. It's different from Steph.
And Giannis. You talked about
Giannis is
Milwaukee.
doing the same thing though.
But
He's
he
going down
won
with
a
LeBron.
championship.
Is it better that Giannis is staying in Milwaukee and they bringing the people to him? This is his third coach at the ring.
True.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
is he better because he's a franchise player?
He's staying there.
Yeah, and I do like the fact that Giannis is staying there in Milwaukee though.
Is he hurting himself?
Is he hurting? Yeah, if he creates stability inside the because you can't win with the instability. You can't
But having to
consistently.
keep bring a
You only
coach
really
in is
need
instability.
You only really
At this-
need stability for one season.
Having
That
to-
season you go on that run.
Hello, I mean, because
Right?
you just said
Then your team,
Curry was
right?
there
No.
before Kerr. Kerr first year, didn't they win the ring?
Huh?
Mark Kerr, when he came to
Steve
the
Kerr.
war, Steve Kerr, yeah. When he came to his first year, didn't they win the ring? That was
that his first year? I don't think it
that
was
was
his
his
first
first
year.
year. Okay,
So
okay,
he-
all right.
It might have been his second year
second year.
there. Mike, I'm not sure. You gotta check it out.
I'm telling you, I feel like it was right off of who was the
but
coach
Mark,
before.
Mark
It
Jackson.
was right
yeah.
off of that
He
year,
built
I'm
that
It
team.
might have been.
I really think it
Yeah.
was right off of that year. So, is it the coach or is it the
it's the
talent?
culture.
It's a combination.
culture. I mean, the two people match up together because
See,
in
with you, Mike.
in the
I'm gonna say
NBA, all right.
Mhm.
See, it's different from college. Like in college, it's the coach has all the leverage and the coach got all the control. But in the NBA, like the coaches have to get along with like Phil Jackson do not last in Chicago if Mike put his foot down and don't want him in there. Pat Riley is not going to stick in LA if Magic don't dig him in LA. But once you get the coach and the player that's going to team up together and they establish a culture, then that's when you build dynasty.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Right there. Stay right there. I agree with you in terms of organization having stability, but you need that for what you just said, a dynasty. But you don't need it to have a championship season.
No,
you
you
just
don't.
need
Yeah, you have a
stability
lot of
on
teams.
that team, right?
You got a lot of teams.
Right.
Who,
That's
you
the
got
difference.
teams throughout history
That's the
who
difference.
won,
Yes.
one ring here,
Yes.
one ring there. Those are
Yes.
not dynasty. But then that's what I'm saying. Like, so I'm not putting LeBron in that category of like he didn't build a dynasty though. He has not built a dynasty.
He has not.
That's how you measure your grades.
Yeah, because No, that's not how. I'm not even talking about the rings. I'm talking about a dynasty, though. Like this dude.
That's a good
And
point.
to
Though.
have
He
a
didn't build a
dynasty, you
dynasty.
got to have a culture.
I'll say a dynasty wasn't built around him.
So
Right.
I was ready to say, so he has to build the dynasty.
No,
Well, yeah, because Mike, all right, and that's when you go back to Mike and Kobe. They understood that to build a dynasty, you got to have stability. You know what I mean? Like Giannis got a ring.
What do he
If
got to do
Giannis,
with the stability? I'm
you gotta have stability.
If I'm a player coming to a program, I should be coming into. Am I bringing this?
Everybody is not like Pat Riley. You got Pat Riley. You got who was the dude who used to coach the Detroit Pistons back in the day?
Chuck Daly.
Chuck Daly.
Yeah.
You had the dude in Boston. All those dudes, they kept their players and.
But I think the organization did it like so. Chuck Daly is an extension of the brass, right?
Right.
So they were smart enough to put Chuck Daly in place, right? But I'm gonna say with Kobe and Mike, they didn't build dynasties. But what happened was they went to organizations like the Lakers already had a winning culture.
Right.
That was very conducive to build around Kobe's new talent now.
Right.
Bring Shaq in and stuff. Michael Jordan, he went to Chicago, but the brass understood we got something here, and they moved some pieces around, and then they built around him. So I can't necessarily say knock LeBron, compare that to Mike and Kobe saying they created stability, they built the.
No, well, they was a part of it. All of them, all of those players, all those great players are part of a dynasty.
Yes.
And they understood though, like once they got into that it's like you gotta buy in. You can't LeBron has never bought into nobody's program but his own. Only time he bought into somebody else's program is those 2 rings that he got down in Miami, because Pat Riley knows what a winning culture is. He's the exception to the rule. He knows what a winning culture is, and he did not allow LeBron to upset that culture. They operate the same way today as they did before LeBron got there. And everybody who played for them understand and know that.
You said something off camera that's very. Now I think if you want to compare to Mike, Kobe, and different legends of the game, where LeBron falls short, is leadership. He spoke about leadership. A great leader understands that they need to follow. You understand, and they need to take direction. And you lead by example. You know, you can be boisterous at times, but you know you're here to serve others as opposed to everybody serving you.
Right.
People can say what they want about the shot attempts Mike used to put up, but Mike had a mentality that whatever the team needed on a night-to-night basis, I'm going to serve the team by doing that. Of course, I have a strong desire to win, but I got to serve. Even when you listen to him talking the documentary, I wanted them guys to win. So in order for them to win, I had to be this way. So he had to put himself in the asshole role, you know, and had that hate come because he saw a vision in terms of what to help all these guys win a title, including myself. So a good leader serves others. He doesn't necessarily have others come to serve his needs. Like, now you can say LeBron serves others because of the assists and all that, but if you look at the moves that's been made in terms of his career, getting rid of players, having management ship this out, bring this in, it's looked like he's trying to get others to come serve his ambition. So you made a good point with that, the leadership thing.
Yeah.
So I will take some points off for that.
Yeah. I just think that he not to say LeBron a bad dude.
No,
you know what I mean? When you look at him like how physically, like what he brings to the table, you know, he a bad dude, and he was the face of the league for his generation.
Yes.
But he did it a lot different than everybody else did.
He did.
I think that's the fun part, though, because Mike did it different than Magic.
Yes.
Magic did, you know, like everybody. When you see somebody do it different and not how you used to, then it show you, okay, it's another way that it can be done. Like I even feel like now these new players are doing it a different way. Like, you know, like I feel like that's the fun part, just seeing it done differently and seeing somebody like be great at showing you it can be done differently. So I don't take nothing from none of them. Mike could be, you know, your greatest. LeBron could be my greatest. I feel like it's all perspective, but.
And this is what separates the GOAT from everybody. This dude come into a 300 basketball team, and you don't have to put extreme talent around. Scotty came an all-star. Horace Grant, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
You ain't Magic, winning culture. Bird, winning culture. Kobe, winning culture. You understand what I'm saying? LeBron, super team. You know, but with Mike, you had some average cats that could shoot. You probably, and this dude built. They built a dynasty around that.
So that's average cats. So I'm sure it was.
I'm just saying that should kill the discussion. Point blank and simple.
Yeah.
No,
A 300 basketball team.
Don't kill it for me.
I know it don't.
Yeah, I just would have liked.
I just had to get that in.
I would have enjoyed seeing LeBron play his whole career in Cleveland, and then like, all right, so then as a fan, you get to see like, all right, you get to really see his leadership skills because they progress throughout the years. You really get to see his the way he, like I say, the way he gel with his coach and stuff, because you see that in Steph Curry. You see Steph Curry. You don't see that in Kevin Durant, though. All right, so you look at Steph Curry, and he playing, you know, that's like their culture, the way they play. And that's why people get so upset with Draymond Green, because sometimes Draymond Green kind of disrupt the culture, or you know what I mean? But they got 4 rings together, so they put up with that. But Steph Curry, he the face of that team, and he really don't do anything really to upset that cart. And he just, you know, he don't throw people under the bus. They not bringing, you know, if you're not performing, of course you're not going to be there. But, you know, it's just people get to see that growth, and they get to see that maturity, and they get to see that progression as a team. It's the same thing with college basketball.
But but the coaches can, or the management can break that up at any point.
Yeah, they can.
Feel like it. So I don't understand what's the wrong in the player breaking
it's
it
not
up.
at all. Nothing at all.
No,
nothing at all.
It's not.
So even if you, like, everyone gotta buy into the culture. We can create a culture together, and I can change my mind about the
any
culture
moment.
and move on for my own good. So I feel like him moving from team to team, or not necessarily sticking with one coach for, you know, a longer period in his career.
And the team can do that. They can disrupt the culture at any time. But I'll put it like this: it's like a foster child finding a stable home. Like if you're a foster child and you have, you know, once you find a place where you can grow and you can progress as a person, as an individual, then that foster child is going to want to stay there. No matter what other benefits you have as a child going for you, it'll be healthier for you to find a stable home and be there than to go from house to house to house to house, and all that instability. That just stunts your growth.
It may. But it may inspire your growth too. It's always yin and yang and everything.
Well,
and you ain't just settling for anything just to say you found a home.
Well,
sometimes people need that inspiration.
That's what I'm saying. That's the difference. But the caveat is you have to find a stable home. Like, I mean, all right, if you go somewhere like say if Kobe had went to Charlotte, you know, like Charlotte was not a place where Kobe would have been able to thrive the way he did in LA. Everything like what LA brought to the table is what Kobe needed to be great, and what Kobe brought to the table is what LA needed. You know what I mean? So they meshed that. Same thing for Chicago. Chicago had management, and now you got Mike. You got a you know what I mean? So both of them know that that's good. You got the same thing with Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. You know what I mean? That was the perfect fit.
But you got some people that thrive and change the scenery, not staying stagnant, not staying in one place too long. Deion Sanders, he was a gun for hire. He needed to move around. He needed to, you understand? Yeah. So it's no one blueprint.
No, it
depends on the nature of the person.
What you're trying to do, and then what you, because don't nobody say that Deion, I mean, like a lot of people think that Deion Sanders was the best cornerback. In my opinion, he's the best cornerback that ever played. Yeah. But you know.
He one of them. So yeah. So for a person like KD, he don't really need that. He a high gun. He go and chase a title, and then the media put a lot of pressure on these guys because they sit up there talking about their legacy is tied to championships. So at some point, you get to a place where I'm going somewhere where I can get one.
So that creates panic. And I even thought that like that creates panic. Mm-hmm. LeBron was in like year 7 when he left Miami. I mean, when he left Cleveland,
was he?
So so and so he probably was thinking like, oh man, I got to start to go on my championship runs so I can cement my legacy.
Right.
So
so I don't know.
All right. So
yeah.
How much time we been down, Mike?
Hour and 5.
All right. All right. Y'all got anything else to say about LeBron?
LeBron's the great. It's like no.
Yeah, man. All right.
I will say this about LeBron. I love his. I haven't watched a whole episode yet, but I like the idea and the concept of his podcast that he's doing
with
JJ Redick.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I haven't seen.
Draymond Green got upset with him. Well, he made a comment wondering why he didn't come to his with him yet. He sitting down with JJ Redick, so people took exception, but he's not doing a typical podcast. He's not coming on talking about politics in the sport and different problems. He's taking a page kind of out of what Kobe did with that show Detail.
Yeah.
And what they're doing is offering insight and education to up and coming players, people like that, and they're breaking down the game from
I like that.
From an intellectual standpoint, from an IQ
instead
standpoint.
of critiquing the game. They're kind of passing game on.
Right, they're passing game on and breaking the game down. So I like that he's doing that, So shout out to that.
Do you think though? All right, I like that podcast too. The concept of it.
Yeah.
But do you think, like, from an optics point of view, do you think that LeBron should have at least went on to Draymond Green's podcast?
I think this was perfect for Braun.
I mean, no, just like went on there as like a like that's your boy. You know what I mean? Just y'all hang out from time to time. Just go on there and chop it up with him, and then go ahead and do your own thing.
No, I don't think
LeBron want to be associated with certain things. Now,
yeah,
you talking about that's his boy, but is he really his boy? He called him a bitch, and they got into a tussle in the finals, and
they was hanging out when
but that don't mean nothing. Yeah, come on, it's like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So that just go to show, like, people show you what you mean to them.
Yeah,
that's entitlement to even think that. He should have came here first before, or why he didn't think about me? Like, why do I have to think about you? It could have been the first thing from my mind.
By like their actions, they show you what you know what I mean, like what you mean to them, like where they see you, where you fit into their life at.
Let's flip it around. Should Draymond came out and acknowledge and
I wouldn't have said if I was
big
Draymond,
up big up what LeBron was doing, like give that credit instead of putting something out there as a knock, as opposed to supporting them. You want support, you have to offer support.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times if you want to draw things to you, you gotta transmit some beautiful shit, to get some beautiful shit. So the first thing he say is, well, I ain't never did mine.
Yeah, maybe LeBron don't like his podcast and be like, yeah, I don't want to,
I don't even think it's about a like or a dislike thing. That man Draymond probably was the furthest thing from LeBron's mind.
Right.
He didn't even think Draymond would make a comment on it. He just saw an idea, or an idea was presented to him. Yes. He agreed with it and he took it. I don't think it was ever to flip a middle finger at anybody or to be like, oh, I'm gonna do this better than you. No, I think this is a time where all of them got podcasts. Pat Beverly, Draymond, all of this what they doing. Like this is everybody got a voice, everybody sharing their voice.
And plus, LeBron already got the podcast for social commentary with The Shot. He wanted to do something different.
Exactly.
And I like it, though.
The Shot was pretty good, too, though. I like The Shot.
Well, I ain't watched that many, but.
But Draymond did say he had been asking LeBron to come on to his podcast.
Yeah, well, then.
Dude, so LeBron have to say yes?
If I'm Draymond, I'm reading into that. And
that's all.
Can he say no and it be respected? Do it have to be read into? Oh, so you telling me no? Like maybe no. Why does it have to be turned into something? Why can't it just be like no, that ain't really I'm cool.
And why not call?
I'm gonna do my own thing. Yeah, why I gotta be taken personally? Why you gotta internalize it?
Why not call him, dog? What's up? Why go public?
Don't internalize it. If somebody tell you no, we entitled to no's. If they don't want to do your podcast because it don't agree with what they stand for, then that's on that.
LeBron take a lot of hit too. He take a lot of heat.
You take a lot.
He take a lot. He does take and I'm not the biggest fan. But
y'all think he take more than he take more? And see, I think, but some of that is like
It's an expectation the media put on him.
Or people that's around him. I don't know, but I just never thought that, like, I never seen nobody else, you're right, like, take as much criticism as he did.
And he be rolling like will he be in the media
you
for?
Can't please everybody. I agree with that, but sometimes can't you avoid some of that stuff by like being like thinking about, all right, if I make this move, then are
you moving for you, or are you moving to
for
please
somebody
other
else?
people?
And no
well,
matter,
everybody, I guess he moving for himself.
You gotta move for yourself.
And the criticism ain't coming from the
crazy.
moves he's making. The criticism is coming from something within people. I'm going to criticize the move. So whatever move he make, people going to criticize because that's what they want to do to him. You feel what I'm saying? So it ain't necessarily the move. It's him.
Yeah.
It's people in their relationship with him. So, yeah.
All right. So
yeah. LeBron James.
Yeah, that was a good content about LeBron and the NBA. Yeah, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, you can go to urbanplatformfashion.com. Check out the merch. We have hoodies. It's kind of getting too warm for the hoodies, but we got the long sleeve t-shirts, also short sleeve t-shirts. We carry socks. Now, for the socks, you need to go to the Instagram page to get the socks. And that's in the lower right-hand corner of the post. So yeah. Check out the socks. Just sell some socks. And
yeah. And if you guys, anybody watching, go to Amazon and check out my book, Trauma, My Love Letter to the World. And I'm working on my third book. It's a love story. If you guys want to stay connected to the progress of that book, it'll be coming real soon. You can find me on Facebook and become my friend and follow the progress of the work. And with that, that's it.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So make sure to tune in Saturdays and Sundays when we do our live show. I didn't do a live show yesterday. I just posted a couple videos, but I'm gonna get back into the swing of things.
And I missed y'all, and I missed you all week, man.
Yeah, man. I gotta get back.
I was like, where Mike at?
Yeah.
What's up?
We be on there this week. We got the WNBA draft tomorrow.
We're gonna go live and talk about the WNBA draft. Yeah. Yep. So yep. So with that being said, we'll peace out, and we'll see y'all we'll see y'all Monday, as a matter of fact, for the WNBA draft.